Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk and in today's video I want to show you how to make a super delicious and healthy cabbage dish. It is excellent for your gut, therefore great for your skin, and it makes a good side dish. Now, cabbage is one of the healthiest vegetables out there. It's rich in fibers, essential vitamins, and it's constantly on the list of vegetables with low pesticide exposure. And I believe that this is the key point to look for if you want to achieve healthier and clearer skin. So it is a much safer and more nutritious option to include regularly into your diet. And now, let's take a look at what you need to prepare this simple dish. And here's the ingredients list for 2 servings. So 200 grams of cabbage, red or white depending on your preference, and I still recommend choosing organic whenever possible. Then about 15 grams of butter, 1 teaspoon of sugar, beetroot or sugarcane, and half a teaspoon of fine rock salt. So before we start cooking, we need to prepare the cabbage. First, remove the outer leaves, especially if the cabbage isn't organic. Then cut it into thin strips or small pieces. You can also mix both depending on your preference. Next, rinse it in a sieve under running water to remove any dirt or debris, ensuring the cabbage is clean and ready to use. Now that our cabbage is prepared and ready, let's head over to the stove and start cooking. Now, I personally like to work with glass ceramic pots as they are a much safer option and minimizes the risk of heavy metal exposure, especially when it comes to dishes like this, where it simmers in the pot for quite a long time, where metals could leach into your food, creating problems like breakouts or even dermatitis. So it's just good to have that extra peace of mind. First, melt some butter over medium heat. Aim for around 100 to 130 degrees Celsius, and I recommend using a kitchen thermometer to check the temperature. Once the butter reaches the desired temperature, toss in the cabbage and cook it for 2 to 3 minutes, stirring occasionally. Then reduce the heat to low. On a ceramic or induction, that's level 2 to 4. On gas, just a gentle flame. You'll need to adjust it accordingly and experiment a bit, and then pop the lid back on. Let it simmer for 30 to 40 minutes. While it simmers, you can give it a stir now and then. And in the last 2 to 3 minutes, you can add the salt and sugar. Just sprinkle them evenly all over the cabbage. Give it a good stir so the seasoning really gets mixed through. And then pop the lid back on. Turn off the heat and let it sit for a few minutes to finish gently steaming. After that, give it a quick taste and feel free to adjust the seasoning if needed. Now you can enjoy it right away. It is warm, comforting, healthy, and it has a light sweetness because of the sugar. Now it should still be slightly firm, but if you prefer it softer, just leave it on a still warm stove for another 20 minutes and it will become even more tender and just as tasty. So let's plate it up. And that's it. Super easy to make, budget friendly, and really good for you. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe and that you give it a try. It's really a simple and nourishing dish that really brings out the natural goodness of cabbage. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more healthy and skin-friendly recipes. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And I'm now going to enjoy my cabbage. Yum.